question is, in the Puranas or holy books, it is said that helping others will bring you good results and good karma, what we call as punya. So I think that is the question. To our karma, reduce our sins. So when you do a good act, it is going to reduce our past karma. So here, when Hoynen talks about spiritual versus material, he wants to make he doesn't want us to make a distinction. And then when you do that, let me give an example. Let's say you are helping this guy who is on the street, a homeless person. You are giving him $1 to help. So what is going on? When I think that I have the money and I want to get some benefit out of this, I want to help him because this is going to give me some good merits. This is going to reduce my negative karma. If you try to do this with that attitude, so what is going to happen? So think about it for a second. Your thinking is, if I do this, I'm going to get something in return. If I do a good thing, this is going to bring back some good thing back to me. So this is one way of doing something. In other words, this is transaction based. Many of us do that, right? Instead of not giving anything, this is a good way to do it, right? But if you think a little bit deeper, this is not the way we want to give money or give or do charity. The attitude of doing charity can be different from what we have learned from Master Hoynen. So when you see this person who is suffering in the street, and the first thing you may notice is there is a feeling, an emotion that comes from your mind, is it not? So that's the first thing, the emotion that I need to help. This is what we call as empathy. Empathy means he is suffering and I know that suffering because I have been in that position before. If I help him, he's going to be happy. So with that attitude, because of that empathy, because of that emotion, you go ahead and help him without expecting anything in return. So that's the good way of giving. It's at one level. Okay, I'm talking about different levels of understanding and different levels of helping others. The first level, instead of doing nothing, you see this guy, you don't do anything. That's the worst, right? And maybe you don't have the money. The second part is, yes, I'm going to give him something. This is going to help me later on in my life. That's another level. If you go a little bit further, because of this emotion that I can connect with his suffering, I'm giving something because this is something I have felt before. It will make him happy, but I'm not expecting anything. I'm not thinking that by helping him, my bad things are going to go away. They're not going to go away. So I help him because of the empathy that I want him to be happy. This kind of helping means you can be happy only if people around you can be happy. And then you will also derive some happiness when you help someone. This is something most of us don't think about. When you help your own family, you may get a little bit of happiness, but you start doing this for somebody who is totally unknown to you, total stranger. The kind of happiness you derive out of this is something you have to enjoy. You have to experience it to feel that kind of happiness. So that's the kind of way, that's how we can help others without expecting anything. And ultimately, all these acts of kindness is not helping the other person at all. If you think if you have a deeper understanding of the whole thing, you are helping yourself. You are giving away the money, but you are helping yourself. You are having a bigger understanding of life. I am not this person. I'm not selfish, a person who is contained within this body, who is restricted within by himself. You are expanding yourself to the other person. This means your understanding of much, much better than somebody who is expecting in return. This is one way of understanding. At a very high level, whether you give it or not, it's not going to make any difference at all. You just give because I have the money, I see someone, and it comes naturally. I give that money, I walk away. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm not even thinking about that helping him is going to make him happy. I'm not doing because of a reason. If you think about it, this is again my own idea. I think if I give this $1, he's going to be happy. That's not the approach. He may not be happy because he's just getting $1. He may complain. So the best way, the very highest level, you see somebody in the street and you feel that I want to do something. I have that dollar with me. I just give it to him and then just walk away, not thinking about anything about that act, what it is going to bring back to me. As soon as you make this as a transaction, you are going back in that cycle of results. We talked about getting caught up in this result. You're not going to come back. You do something, you get back something. You do something, you get back something. So you make yourself part of this entanglement. So whereas when you give without any of this expectation, even without others knowing about this, people do not talk about this when they are doing charity at a very highest level. Nobody knows what kind of things they are doing. So that's the highest level of understanding about life, and that's a way to give.